So I have to do this now. It's 2 videos because Mr. Perry likes destroying evidence or altering evidence, and he shut the last one off in the middle of my story. It is October 12th, 2021. Use allegedly, use the but-for analysis, and use the reasonable person analysis. This is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. This is part 2 of today. Mr. Perry shut the last one off because he likes to destroy and alter evidence. That's his thing. So thanks for showing us all how you like to do that, Mr. Perry. You hacked my phone, and you're peeping. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what I'm doing right now in order to shut that off before I was ready. He does that all the time. He's in a lot of trouble for that. So what the story was Joseph. For the Satanists Satanists believe in God, that just God pissed them off, so they decided to go to the other side thinking they're going to get a better deal. And I've never seen a religion emasculate men like Satanism. Here's your dolly. Go pray to your dolly. And your dolly didn't help you when I didn't go to Zeos and didn't shut my bank account down, and when I didn't call the Duvals, did it? Your dolly didn't help you when I said Mike was drugged 3-4 months before anybody else said it, 5 months before anybody else said it, did it? Okay, so you're like a 2-year-old little girl sitting around watching TV pretending, and you play with dolls. You're all girled up all the time with your drama queen act, and I mean, I've never seen anything like it. So anyway, the story that I'm telling, to make a point that God doesn't always do what you want him to when he wants you to. He'll do it better. But it's going to get black for a while sometimes. Sometimes he'll answer your prayer right away. Sometimes things get dark. Sometimes they look bad. It looks like he's nowhere. But then all of a sudden there it is. So Joseph is being bullied by his brothers. He's the dad's favorite, and they're jealous. They're bullying him. He asks God, please make them stop. God shows him, not only will I make them stop, they'll bow before you. So he goes out the next day. He's just a 12-year-old little kid. And they're bullying him, and he tells them, if I tell them God is going to make them bow before me, they'll stop. So he does. He tells them that God is going to make you bow before me. And they don't stop. They made it worse. They sold him into slavery. So now he's working in the house of a man, finally not being bullied anymore, though. But he worked his ass off, and he kept believing God, even though it looked like this isn't what God promised me. My brothers didn't bow. My brothers sold me into slavery. Now I'll never see my dad again. At that moment, he could have given up on God, because God didn't do things his way, when he wanted, how he wanted. Did he? He did it a whole different way. So Joseph works very hard, and he moves up in the home of Potiphar. Potiphar's wife then tries to rape him, just like Mr. Perry has me. Forces herself on him against his will, like Charles has done to me. And then falsely accused him of committing a crime he didn't commit. Rape. He didn't rape her, he ran away. She was pathetic, like Charles. Drama queen. I'm the victim. That hurt my feelings. I'm the victim. So, Joseph is in jail. Joseph starts learning how to properly manage and distribute food product while in jail. There's 2 guys in there with him, the baker and the cupbearer of the Pharaoh. They have dreams. Joseph interprets them. I think it was the baker. He tells the baker, please mention me to the Pharaoh. So he says, okay. He forgets. But then later, the Pharaoh has a dream. Because if he had told the Pharaoh about Joseph, then it wouldn't have meant the same thing as if he told him about it when he did tell him about it, which was when Pharaoh had the dream of 7 fat calves and 7 skinny calves and 7 fat sheaves of wheat and 7 skinny ones. So they call for Joseph. What does this mean? Well, you're going to have 7 years of prosperity and 7 years of famine. So during the years of prosperity, you need to save some food for the years of prosperity so that you will not die. You won't starve to death. So they put Joseph in command of all of Egypt, second in command. You're now in charge of distribution of food. So now all of a sudden, he's rich, he's free, he's not getting bullied, and he's given a wife and kids, he's cleaned up, here's your house. Boom, just like that. Well, it's not too long before his brothers, the Israelites, went to Egypt too, getting food during the 7 years of famine. All this time, Joseph has kept it. He learned that in jail. So if he hadn't been in jail, he wouldn't have learned how to do that. But he did. He was learning how to do it in jail. And so that was a God thing. Divine intervention. He ordered his footsteps, right? You Satanists whine and cry. You didn't get your way. God didn't do what you wanted him to do. You acknowledge there's a God because you're serving Satan. And where was your doll, Charles, when I didn't go to Zeos? And when I got the McNamara email, when I found out Mike was drugged? Where was your little dolly? Didn't come through for you, did it? So, anyways, they come, his brothers all come from Israel or Canaan, where they lived, to get food from Egypt, because Egypt had saved food, thanks to Joseph. Joseph saved a whole country. He saved two. He saved all the people in Egypt from starvation, and he saved all the people of Israel who came over to get food. So his brothers come in, and guess what? They bow before him. He had to go in the other room and cry. You know why he had to go in the other room and cry? Everybody wants to know that. Why did Joseph cry? Well, because at that moment, that promise that he had held on to for years, God made him a promise. And it looked bad. Things got worse. They didn't get better. They got worse. And at that moment, God answered that prayer and kept that promise. And he was overwhelmed, because I've had that happen. When you believe God for something that you believe he is going to have for you, and you finally get it, he finally answers that prayer. He finally, delivers on what he said, I'll do this. It will overwhelm you. That's why he had to leave the room and cry. He broke down. He was happy. He was thankful. Finally, my prayers are answered. Well, he gave them shit for a while before he actually told them who he was. But God kept his promise. It didn't come easy. There was a process to it. And there was a reason for that process. So you people that are Satanists that got all pissed off at God because he didn't do things your way, when and how and all that, you decided to go to the other side thinking you'll get a better deal. You're getting emasculated if you're a man. What kind of God wants you to play with a doll? What kind of God wants you to be creepy and repulse everybody? That's your choice. Jesus came to the earth and everybody thought he was supposed to deliver, lead the revolution against the Romans. He didn't fit in their box. He died, actually, and everybody was kind of sad. They were like, wow, everybody thought he was going to lead a revolution, and he's dead. But guess what? On the third day, he rose again, and the temple veil was rent in two. Just like that. We have access to God directly. Boom. Through Christ. And he saves souls. And you torment people, you're going to end up tormented. Because Jesus said, you didn't come see me in prison. You didn't come feed me when I was hungry. And you didn't come see me in the hospital. Depart from me. I don't know you. You're sentenced to the rest of your eternity being tormented. Being tormented. Those were acts of omission. How much worse is it for you when you cause the prison, like Mike Neely, when you cause the hunger and starvation like you do to women, and when you cause the hospitalization? Being traumatized every day will make you sick. You gave me poison. You gave Mike poison. You like destroying evidence, don't you? That's your thing, perjury. Destruction of evidence, isn't it? But you're caught when you mess with me, Mr. Perry. And you can't put it together in your head that maybe you've got a machine against you. This time you're not going to get the bribe isn't going to work. Make a few threats, wave a few dollar bills, and we'll get our way. We'll get her to subjugate. And it hadn't happened. Because what you're doing is pissing us off. And our goal is to kick your criminal ass and fuck up your crime like nobody else has. And I want to know who else has presented you with a McNamara email, a harassment email, a Mike was drugged email. It's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Years ago in Manford. You told everybody in Manford, didn't you? When you fuck with me, you don't get a date. You're not wanted. You get caught. I didn't go to Zeos. I didn't shut the bank account down after David stole my money like he was hoping I would. And I didn't call the Duvals. I called the insurance company. You're caught. You've never been caught this much. Perry, you have no control or power to figure out how to get women to like you. It's not being creepy. Peeping is creepy, and it's a crime in all 50 states. You don't make me like you when you go, I can see you, I win, I can see you, I win. Like some little bitch brat. That is not a respectable or appropriate way to respond to somebody who's asked you to get the fuck out of my life, is it? Everyone's sick of you. That's why you're getting caught more than ever before in your life. Everyone's sick and tired of it. The tormenting, the harassing, the bothering, the tormenting, the harassing, the bothering, the murder, the rape, the human rights violations. I'm kicking your criminal ass harder than anybody ever has. Or I wouldn't have that. Would I? This is Officer Neely. That's not what a guy looks like who just beat someone to death. You had the chance to get him out your way, and you control it, but you didn't. So we're going to do it, and you will not like how we do it. If I'm quoting what you just said, I didn't go to Zios. Then, you think we can't get him out? And I promise you won't like it anymore than you like it when we quote what you just said. But there's your shovel. Dig away.